Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We will start today's session. Actually, today's our last session. This session, we will complete balance part in this accountants area, reports, company and administration settings. Okay. So today we will start from recurring journal entries. Now, this recurring journal entries you can use if you are frequently process any journal entries. Now, for an example, if you are paying rent, that rent may be fixed for every month. Okay, so you can set a journal entry for this rent expense, and system will automatically uh, generate that recurring journal entry, and it will process. Okay, you can set a journal entry, recurring journal entry from accountants area, recurring journal entries, and click add recurring journal entries. From this screen, you need to enter name for that recurring journal entry. We'll enter rent. Next, you can enter that journal entry. You can enter reference and description. From here, you can enter rent amount or journal entry amount. Next, by affecting account, you can select the credit account. Now here, this is a debit account. By affecting account is your credit account. You can select the credit account. After that, if you want to allocate to any analysis codes, you can select by clicking this arrow, and you can select that analysis codes. And you can save this journal entry, and from schedule tab, you can set the frequency. Okay, you can select one time only, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. And if you are monthly paying rent, you can select monthly. And from here, after you select monthly, this month and dates will activate. From here, you can select the date. Okay, so day every 25th of every month, or you can select the last day of every month. Like that, you can set the frequency for that journal entry. From here, you can select recurrence range. You can set a start date, and there are three options for end date, no end date, and end date, end after. You can set occurrences, and you can set in by date. Like that, you can set end date. After that, you can save this recurring journal entry. Okay, we will add another journal entry. Now, if you are lease any vehicle, you can enter that lease entry also. Now, there are two options: mark as reviewed, active. Now, if you tick this mark as reviewed, this journal entry, this recurring journal entry will process automatically or reviewed automatically. I think you can remember when we are discussing these journal entries, there are two options. First one, save. Next, reviewed. After you reviewed only, it will transfer to your GL accounts. Now here, this recurring journal entries also, if you want to reviewed automatically, you can take this option, mark as reviewed, then that journal entry will process to relevant GL accounts. Next, active. If you tick this option, that recurring journal entries active journal entry. Right. From here, you can select GL account. And from affecting account, you can select the credit account. After you enter this journal entry, by clicking this schedule tab, you can schedule the recurring journal entry frequency. Now here, assume you are paying monthly. So we can select a date here. Every 25th you are paying. And here you can enter. Now assume you are paying 5 years. This lease you are paying in 5 years and you have 12 months. In that case, you can enter 60 occurrences. Okay. And after 60 occurrences, then after system process 60 times, this journal entry will stop. After 60 occurrences, this journal entry will end. Okay, now you can save this journal entry. And you can view your recurring journal entries from this recurring journal entry grid. By clicking this customize grid button, you can customize, you can tick required columns and you can untick if you want to remove any column. You can search from here. Or you can export to CSV file, or you can multi-column sort. From here, you can view how many recurring journal entries available. And from actions, you can edit schedule, delete, run schedule now, run schedule now and update next run date, copy recurring journal, skip next run, like that. You can edit this journal entry by clicking these actions. Right, now you can enter recurring journal entry.
Progress. Progress.
Okay, like that, you can enter your recurring journal entries and you can schedule that recurring journal entries. Right, next we will move to reports. First, management reports. From here, you can generate profit and loss report, balance sheet, trial balance, and budget reports. First, we will discuss profit and loss report.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So for the journal entry,
Yeah.
By just putting the amount in the by affecting account, is it considered as a credit?
Yeah, actually now now here you can see effect is debit. If you select debit in here, this account will be the debit account and by affecting account will be the credit account. But if you select credit here, this account will be this second column account will be the credit account and by affecting account will be the debit account. So based on this effect, it will depend. Now, if you select debit here, in second column account will be the debit account and by affecting account will be the credit account.
Okay, so okay, got it. Thank you.
Right. Right. Next, we will move to this profit and loss report. From here, we can generate our profit and loss report for monthly, or you can select a date range, monthly, quarterly, yearly, month to date, quarter to date, then last month, last quarter, last year, or custom dates or all. First, I'll generate for monthly. For this month, you can view the date range and you can view the profit and loss report. Sales, cost of sales, gross profit, other income, expenses, and you can view the net profit. Next, you can generate for quarterly, and if you select quarterly, you can view the report. This date range, sales, cost of sales, GP, other income, and net profit you can view. Furthermore, if you select quarterly here, you can select month here. Okay, from this group by, you can select month, and we will refresh and view this report. Then if you select month here, you can view monthly, month-wise for this quarter. Okay, July, August, September, and total you can view from here. Now, if you select yearly, from here, this group by, you can select month or quarter. Then if you select month, system will display 12 months. And total. And if you select quarter here, system will display quarters and total. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, and total. Next, if you want to filter by a department, or else furthermore, if you select all, from here you can select yearly, then you can view yearly profit and loss report. (2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22), and total you can view here. And also you can select custom date and you can generate the report. Okay, you can select from date and to date here, and you can view the report. Next, filter by. If you select any analysis code from here, you can view that analysis code profit and loss report. Now, for an example, if you have branches in your company, you can create analysis codes, branches for analysis code, and you can view each branch profitability. Okay, and also if you have different projects, you can create that analysis codes for that projects, and you can filter by projects. Or if you want to generate cost center wise, you can create analysis codes for that cost centers, and you can generate cost center wise profitability. And also if you have different analysis code, from here also you can select analysis code, and you can select analysis code here. Now you can create 3 types of analysis code. You can create analysis codes from company, analysis codes. From here, you can create 3 types of analysis codes, and you can select that analysis code here, and you can generate the report. If you select analysis code from here, all analysis codes will display here. And if you haven't allocated to any analysis code, those amounts will display as uncategorized. We will select all for date range and refresh. You can view each analysis code wise profit and loss, and you can view uncategorized, and you can view total. If you select analysis code only, you can select from here. And also there are another few options. Last year budget variance, and decimal values. First, if you select yearly or monthly, this compare with tick boxes will activate. If you select all, it will not activate. If you select yearly, monthly, quarterly, this will activate. Now, if you want to compare with previous year, you can tick this option, and you can refresh this report. Now you can see previous year and current year. Okay, you can compare with previous year and current year. Next, budget. You can view, you can get a comparison with current year values and budgeted values. If you take this option, this compare with tick box will untick, and here you can select budgets. If you have different budgets, you can select the relevant budget and refresh. Then you can view actual values and budgeted values. If you have entered any budgeted values, you can view that budgeted value. Next, display budget variance. If you tick this option, budget variance, you can view actual, budget, and budget variance. Okay, actual, budget, and variance. And also, if budget value is less than that actual value, it will display in blue color. And if it is less than budget value, less than that expenses, it will display as red color. Right, next, decimal values. Now, when you are generating this report, you can see there's no decimal places. If you take these decimal values, you can view report with decimal values. Right, next, reporting group detail. Now, if you take this option, you can view that administration expenses, finance expenses, marketing expenses, their accounts will display separately. And if you untick this option, you can view one line for administration, one line for distribution. That total for that category, you can view as a total. Okay. If you take this option, you can view detail. Electricity, telephone, traveling, wages, expenses separately. And if you untick this option, you can view the totals for those accounts. And you can create these reporting groups from accounts, account reporting groups. From here, you can group your accounts. Now here we have grouped electricity expense, telephone expense, traveling and accommodation, wages expenses as under administration expenses. and distribution expenses available, finance expenses, marketing expenses. Like that, we can group our accounts. And when you are generating your profit and loss report, you can group those account, or and you can view detail or total. Right, now you can generate your profit and loss report, and you can change these date range, filters, group by options, and different ways you can generate the profit and loss report. And now you can practice that different options. Right, next we will move to balance sheet. Go to accountants area, reports, management reports, balance sheet. From here, we can generate our balance sheet. You can enter run as a date, and you can view your report. Okay, assets, non-current assets, current assets, equity and liabilities, owner's equity, and current liabilities, and you can view totals. Here also, if you have had any reporting groups, you can view that balance sheet in detailed or summarized version. Right, now you can generate your balance sheet. Okay, next we will move to trial balance. Here also you can select date range, and from show you can view closing balances, or you can view movements, and you can view the report. Next you can view the movement also. And you can compare with last year. And if you have created any reporting groups, you can view in detail or summary. Okay, now you can generate trial balance. Okay, next we will move to this budget report. You can select budget here, and you can view the report. And also there's another option, show zero items. If you take this option, if you have any accounts with zero values, those accounts will display. Okay, now here you can see zero items available. If you untick this option, those accounts will not display. From here you can select the budget and you can generate this report. Okay, now you can practice how to generate budget report. Okay, next we will move to transactions report. From here, you can generate your journal entries report. You can select GL accounts, or you can select categories, cost of sale, current assets, current liabilities. Those accounts you can, categories you can select. And from here, you can select the date range. Right? Then you can view that generate or journal entries report. Okay, now you can generate journal entries report. Okay, next we will move to audit reports. Go to accountants area, reports, audit reports. From here, first one, opening balances and tax adjustments. You can enter run at date. And from here, you can view account opening balances. Okay, account opening balances, bank account opening balances, customer opening balances, item opening balances, supplier opening balances, and tax adjustments. Next report, audit trail. From this audit trail, we can check what are the transactions, entered date, and who are the user. First, from report filters, you can select created, updated, deleted, or price change. If you don't select, all event type will display. And from report options, you can view or you can select the date range. And you can view the report. Now here, account receipts, event created. You can view the date, that transaction date, time, reference, and so this is enter date, and this TRX date is transaction date. If you have entered any backdated transactions, you can check from here. And exclusive amount, tax amount, and inclusive amount. You will enter one transaction, customer receipt. Now here customer receipts, it's 26, and this is the transaction date. Okay, transaction date is this date is system entered date. Transaction date is that document date. Right, now you can generate this audit trail report. Okay, next we will move to system audit trail. From here, we can select category. Now, in previous audit trail, it's a transaction audit trail, but in this system audit trail, it's a system changes you can check from these reports. Okay, company setting changes, document changes, then financial year changes, price list changes, you can check from here. Also, you can select that category, and from report option you can select the date range, and from here if you want you can view the user. Okay. Category you can view that regional setting changes, date, time, user, description you can, and also this audit trail report also you can view user. If you tick this option, display user tick box, then you can view the user. This display user tick box, and you can view the user. Next, account and audit trail. If you have any account and edition user, you can view that account and audit trail. Next, user listing. From here, you can view your list of users. You can select company. If you have any additional companies, you can select that companies, and you can select users, and you can select roles, and you can view the report. Now here there are two options, group by company or user. If you select company, system will display company and users, or first it will display the company, then it will display users. Now here, like that, it will display users group by company. Right now you can generate that user listing report. Okay, next we will move to tax report. First one, tax returns and reports. From here, you can view tax report. You can view input tax, output tax, input tax, and total tax payable or tax refundable. Okay, here detail you can view transaction wise. Here in below part you can view a summary. Okay. And also if you have set any that monthly tax period, you can close tax period by clicking this tax period. Now here actually for demonstration we have entered some different transactions, therefore I cannot close this tax period. In your system, if you want, you can close that tax period. And if you want, you can open that tax period. After you close this tax period, it will display here previous tax and tax period and returns. And for each period, you can close from here. And if you want to, now after you close this tax period, you cannot edit that period tax transactions. Okay, if you close this tax period, you cannot edit previous that closed tax period transactions. You cannot edit. And if you want to edit, there's option, it will display here, open, status as open. You can tick and open. After that you can change. Okay, if you can please try this close tax period and view tax report. Okay, if you want to now, after you submit your tax report, you can close your tax period. Now here I have closed that 31st till 31st March period. Again, now I can close this period, April month, close tax period. Then that period will move to this previous tax period and returns. Now in this period transactions, you cannot edit. And if you want to edit any transaction by clicking this reopen, in this message also you can select reopen. Then you can see here that status has changed to open. And after that you can change the transaction and close this tax period. Right, now you can try that, how to close tax period and how to reopen tax periods and view tax reports. Okay, and also one more thing, after you close tax period, you can see there's a lock button. So you cannot edit, and if you want to edit, you need to reopen that tax period and you can change. Okay, now you can practice. Okay, like that, you can generate your tax reports. Next, you can view tax adjustments. If you want to do any tax adjustment, you can do it from here. And if you want to enter tax payment or tax refund, you can select the payment period. And you can enter the tax payment or refund from here. Okay. Normally these things will not use in Sri Lanka, but you can practice this. Tax adjustments and tax payments and refunds. Okay, all these reports you can export to PDF, Excel, or CSV, or you can print or email. Right. Next, we'll move to trial balance export. This is just to export your trial balance. You can select the period, format, and crossing balance or movement. You can select and you can export. Next, we will move to stakeholders. Now from here, you can add stakeholders to system. Okay. By clicking this add stakeholder, you can add stakeholders. You can enter stakeholder name and type. You can select natural person or juristic person. And you can enter ID numbers, tax numbers, date of birth, nationality, and their contact details. Roles and under roles and designation, if this stakeholder is a shareholder, you can tick this option, and you can enter appointment date, number of share sales, and issued share capital also you can enter. After you create stakeholders, you can create company roles. From here, you can add company role, then save. Next, stakeholder report. You can view the report. And you can view company roles report. Okay, now you can create stakeholders and generate the and company roles and generate these two reports. Okay, next we want to share capital. From here, you can view or you can add your shares, add share class, quantity of shares and nominal value. Okay, from here, you can add your company share values. Right now, you can add few share class and quantities and values. Okay, now we have completed accountants area. Next, we will move to company module. Now in this report module, when you are doing these other modules, all reports will covered. Now for an example, customers report we have covered when we are doing this customer module. So only accounting intelligence reporting pending for this report module. After the break, we will take a short break, and after the break, we will discuss company and administration. And after that, we will move to accounting intelligence reporting. Okay, we will take a short break. We will start by 4:40. Okay, next we will move to company modules. From here, from company console, you can view what are the companies in your system. If you have entered any additional companies, or if you have created any additional companies, you can view from here. Next, change company settings. We have discussed these options when you are doing company settings. It's the company notes and attachments. If you want to attach any documents that company notes, you can attach from here. And you can view attachments that capacity. You can view notes and transaction attachments. Next, assets. You can create fixed asset from here. You can enter that asset name, code, serial numbers, and values. After you create assets, you can view list of assets. Asset categories. And you can create asset locations. And you can view asset report. Next, budget. From here, you can add a budget. You can enter budget name, and you can create manually your budget, or you can create budget based on your historical data. Next, you can view list of budgets and budget reports. After that, user task management. From here, you can send a message from the system. Now, for an example, if you have a system, if you want to allocate your or if you want to assign any task, you can send the message from the system. Okay, you can click this add user task, and you can enter subject. You can set a due date, priority you can set, and category you can assign to user. And from here you can select type, and you can select the custom. And here under description, you can enter what are the duties that other user should have to do. And if you want to assign via email, or if you want to notify via email, you can tick this option and you can save. Then that other user will receive this message. After that, you can view what are the tasks you have assigned. From here, you can edit, delete, or mark as complete that task. Okay, now you can create a task for your users. Actually, this option not for customers, this for internal purposes. Now, for an example, if you want to collect any payment from your customer, you can assign your assistant to collect that. And that customer name you can mention, but this is not, there's no any message transfer to your customers, only internally, uh, internal purpose only you can use this. Right. Next, we will move to analysis code. Now you can use these analysis codes for if your company has branches, department, or cost centers or projects available, you can use this analysis code to analyze that different department, branches, or jobs, uh, view the profitability. Okay, if you want to generate that different projects profitability separately, you can use this analysis codes. And you can create 3 types of analysis code here, and each analysis code you can create any number of analysis codes. Next, import data. Now after you create analysis code, you can link those analysis code to any transaction, invoices, receipts, payments, journal entries. For any transaction you can link that analysis code. Okay, if you want to allocate or assign to invoices that analysis code, you can open that analysis code and you can scroll to right side, then you can view that analysis code. And also for banking payments, from here you can link that analysis code. If that analysis code not available here, from this customize grid button you can add those columns. Okay, you can tick this analysis code, then it will display in the grid. Right. Next, we will move to import data. Now you can create your master files from here. Go to if you want to create customers, you can go to customers and add customer. And you can enter customer details. And you can save the customer. But if you have several hundreds of customers, suppliers, items, to create those master files, it will take long time. Therefore, you can use this import data option. From here, you can import your all master files. You can select or you can import customers, customer categories, suppliers, supplier categories, items, item categories, assets, asset categories, asset locations, accounts, time tracking tasks, and time tracking projects. Okay. Before you import your actually there are few things, few important things you need to remember when you are importing your customers. Before import your customers, you need to import your customer categories. And before import your suppliers, you need to import your supplier categories, because those things not now when you are importing customers, in that customer import template, there are customer category also available. We'll open now in this customer import template. customer category also available. Now, before you import your customers, without importing customer categories, this customer category is not available in the system. Therefore, you cannot import your customers. So therefore, before you import your customer master file, please import your customer categories. Next thing is please check whether there is any double spaces. If double spaces available, you cannot import that record. Therefore, before you import your any master file, please check whether there is any double spaces values. You can find those values from by clicking Control F button, and you can enter double spaces. Click Control F and find what here. You can type double spaces and click this replace button and replace it single spaces and click replace all. Like that, you can change that double spaces to single spaces. And except date column, all columns should be in general format. So before you import your master files, please check those points. And you can download these formats and you can import to the system, and also you can export available data, and or you can enter one customer and you can export that customer, and you can fill other details to that CSV file and you can import. Okay, now here you can export you can enter one customer here and you can export that customer master file, and to that customer master file you can copy paste your other details, other customer details, and you can import to the system. Right, export data means you can export available details. Those export you can do from here, or you can export from each module. Right, next, opening balances. Now, in practical situation, if you are implementing this system for all company, there may be opening balances. In that case, you can enter account opening balances from here. First, you need to set opening balance date. By clicking this change date, you can set opening balance date. You can set opening balance date, and especially now, if you are enter transactions from 1st of April, please enter opening balance date as 31st March. Okay. Now, if you are starting from 1st of August, you can set opening balance as a date as 31st July. And after you set opening balance as a date, you can enter your opening balances, GL opening balances you can enter. If you enter correctly, this difference should be 0. Okay, you can enter opening balances debit and credit side, and if you enter correctly, this difference should be 0. And also you can enter your item, customer, and supplier opening balances when you are creating customer and supplier and items. In addition to that, from here also you can create your, or you can enter your item, customer, supplier opening balances. Okay, from here you can enter opening cost and opening quantity. Right, now you can practice how to enter opening balances. Okay, next we will move to administration. From here, you can create your users. If you want to add users, by clicking this add user, you can add users. You can enter name, email address, telephone and mobile numbers, and you can save. Next, user control. Now, if you have more than one user, you can edit that other users user control. After you go to this control user access, in this right side, you can view that user list. By clicking these permissions, you can change that user's access. Okay. Now, for an example, if you want to remove customers from or suppliers from your sales team, you want to remove that supplier modules from your sales team, then you can untick this option. Then those users cannot view suppliers. And also there are sub sections. These sections also you can, if you want to allow, or you can remove grant or remove access for particular user. Okay. In addition to that, you can block edit add options. Now, if you want to block that supplier invoice editing, you can untick this option. Then your users cannot edit their supplier invoices. Like that, you can add or remove access for these options. Right now, you can check that user access, user control access, go to administration, control user access, select the user, select that module and untick. Now I'll untick this customer module for me and save. Now I'll go to customers, list of customers. Now I cannot view that customer. Okay, you currently don't have access to perform this operation. I'll change this again. This time I'll remove customer quotations and save. Go to customers, transactions, customer quotes. Here also access denied now, but I can view customer list now, but I cannot enter customer quotations. This inactivated. Like that, you can grant or remove permissions for users. Right now, you can practice this user permissions. Okay, next you will move to change password. If you want to change your password from this change password section, you can change your password, enter new old password and enter new password, and you can change the password. Next, my profile. From this my profile, you can view what are the add-on features you have activated and who are the users and your system expiry date. Those details you can view from here. Payment method you can view, and if you have document store, you can view available or used document store capacity. And from preferences, you can set number of lines display in grid. And if you want to set your dashboard as the default display screen, you can set from here. Now, when you are logging to the system, if it is display my workspace, and if you want to change to dashboard, you can select dashboard from here and you can save. Right, these things you can practice. And next we will move to accounting intelligence reporting. Now, when I'm logging to the system, it will display dashboard because in the preference, I have set dashboard as default screen. Right, next, intelligence reporting. From here, you can enter your email address, password, and you can select country as Malaysia, and you can sign into the system. You can select your company and load data. Click on load. Right, next, you can view these standard reports in this intelligence reporting. By clicking this run report, you can run the report. Okay, there are several reports. You can select company. You can select year, select budget, and you can run the report. You can view the balance sheet, prior year to date, actual current month, actual year to date, actual year to date 12 months. Then your profit and loss report, actual budget prior. Like that, there are several reports. You can view trend analysis and other KPIs from here. and profit and loss reports, assets and liabilities. Those reports you can generate from here. In addition to that, you can create own reports from here under my reports by clicking this plus mark and select create report. You can enter report name, description, and select where you need to save this folder, and you can create. This Sage Intelligence reporting. From this one, you can create different reports, different financial reports. By selecting that column, you can add columns. And rows you can select. And you can save this report. Okay. And also you can add calculations, budget values, actual opening balances, those details or those calculations you can add here. Right now you can practice this Sage Intelligence reporting. If you have any questions, please ask. And this Sage Intelligence reporting will not check in the assessment. Okay, now you can practice these intelligence reports, and if you have any questions, please ask. Okay, you can practice this Sage intelligence reporting section. This section will not check in the assessment. And if I talk about the exam, in basically it will check how to create master files, how to create customers, suppliers, inventory items, banking, GL accounts, and how to create or how to enter transactions, supplier invoice, customer invoice, quotations, payments, supplier payment, customer receipts, those things, and how to generate reports. Okay, and also it will check how to create analysis code and how to create budgets and how to generate those reports. Those things will check in this exam, and it will not be a difficult one for you because I know you will have practiced those examples, and it will not be a difficult paper for you. So in addition to that, we can send you a mock paper by Saturday. We will email to you. If you haven't received, please check with other friends, and we will share. And if you received the email, please share with other your friends. Okay, right. Furthermore, I'll take a few minutes. Now, if you'll have any questions, any clarifications, you can ask now. Yeah, actually, the paper we will your lecturers will distribute on 2nd, and before 4th you need to submit to us. We will send you that all details in the email, to which email address you need to send that your assignment. And you have 2 days to do that assignment due to these conditions. There's no, actually previously initially we planned to do a 3-hour test, but due to these conditions you have 2 days to complete the assignment. Right, okay. Now we have last 3 months we did this course. I want to add few comments. Now in few months you will become a graduate, and to entering a university, it's not a easy task. In last several years in your school periods and university period, you may have done lot of sacrifices. Now after you graduate, your goal is achieved, but even after the graduation you may face different problems or challenges, such as find a good job or get promotion, or if you are run your own business, you may face various challenges. So if you face challenges, you will frustrate or you will disappoint, but if you analyze your challenges carefully, you can overcome those challenges. And think about Japanese, even after Hiroshima Nagasaki bomb attack, they managed to rebuild their country. So don't frustrate or disappoint. If you have or if you face any challenges, please face those challenges strongly. And especially in this period, it's very difficult. It's a find a job also, it's very difficult, but don't frustrate. There may be different, or there are various opportunities you can get. So look for those opportunities and enjoy your life. In addition to that, if you can, please listen to motivational speeches. It will help you to develop your personal or career growth. Like Jack Ma, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, those speeches explain how they face challenges and overcome those challenges. So those things will help to develop your career or your personal life. So you can use this accounting software also for your professional work, or if you are running your own business, you can use this, and please practice this accounting software also. And finally, I would like to thank University of Peradeniya for giving this opportunity. So we are conducting this course for many government and private universities and leading higher educational institute. It's very pleasure to conduct a course for University of Peradeniya. Again, I would like to thank University of Peradeniya, Professor Atula Ekanayaka, Dean, Faculty of Management, Professor Gamini Pushpakumara, Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Professor S.S. Kodituaku, Head, Department of Agricultural Economics and Business Management, Ms. Sujiwa Kodituaku, Head of the Department of Business Finance, Ms. R.M.C. Kumari, Head of the Department of Management Studies, especially Dr. Pradeepa, Senior Lecturer, and Ms. Yamuna, Lecturer, giving us this valuable opportunity. And also, thank you very much for your participation. And future also, if you need any clarification or support, please do contact us. Okay, thank you very much. Stay safe.